The Seattle Seahawks absolutely smacking the 49ers 41-6, and the Los Angeles Rams beating the Chicago Bears in overtime. How are we doing, City? Boy, I was thinking about you last night when I was watching that game, man. Niner Nation, I'm doing okay, guys. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it was not a really good weekend for me. Do you think we can still win? Yeah, JJ, I do. Stidham could be a starting quarterback anywhere, but he chose to stay with Denver. What's going on, the one and only Jordy? How are you guys doing this wonderful Monday morning? Thank you, Stone Man. I want to thank all of you again. I got really bad news on Friday night, and more on Saturday, and then more yesterday. My brother, who is 3 years older than me, sadly only has about 6 weeks left. They found that not only does he have a tumor in his head, but he also has them in his lungs as well. So it's a wait and see kind of thing. But again, I know football's football, but when you look at it, and it's kind of like your life, like football is for me, Saturday, finding out all that information about my brother and then watching what my team did, it was very touching. It really was. I love my brother very much, and I will keep everybody updated with what goes on with him right now. It's just a wait and see kind of game. So I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me and my family. You guys are absolutely awesome. You guys really are. So I just wanted to come out here and I wanted to thank you guys for that. I really do. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate that. I still have some hope we can beat the Patriots because it's pain. I agree. There is a chance. There is a chance that we can still defeat the Patriots. There really is. Yes, Stidham will be the starting quarterback. Thank you, all videos. What's up, Danny? Thank you, AJ. This is off topic, but turkey tail mushroom extract can fight the cancer back further. I think they're saying it's too advanced for that. They said that chemo is an option, but would only give him 3 months, and that's not my brother. My brother won't do that. What's up, Owen? So I just wanted to come on here. Thank you guys for that, and I really do. What do you set your zone drops to? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It really is. Shout out to Caleb Williams last night, even though the Bears couldn't get it done. Caleb Williams played great. Well, let me rephrase that. Caleb Williams played good. 3 interceptions really hurt him. And I'm not really going to put this game. I get it. He threw 3 interceptions. But I'm not going to put the game on Caleb Williams. I'm not. And let me explain. You were in scoring position 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3. And he didn't take the points. You left 9 points on the field, Ben Johnson. And I get it. Ben Johnson comes from Detroit. We know all what they did with the always going for it on 4th down. We know what they did with Jared Goff and all that, right? But you left 3 points in a divisional matchup game that would have sent you to the NFC Championship game. You left 9 points, 3 chances for points in a divisional matchup game that could have sent you to the NFC Championship game. So, again, we get it. You live by the sword, you lose by the sword, right? Too bad Bo Nix broke his... Yeah, absolutely. But Bo Nix' injury was so devastating. It really was. But thankfully, we should get J.K. back, Troy Franklin, and Pat Bryant. Yes, absolutely. What do you think about Stidham? What do I think about Stidmeister? Again, he could be a starting quarterback on any other team. He was a starting quarterback. The Patriots liked him when Josh McDaniels was there before, and stuff like that. How do you break an ankle on any other? Okay, John, so there is conflicting reports on when this actually happened. Some say it was on that one because a guy stepped on him. Some people say it was on his rollout where he lost 2 yards. Some people think it could have been when Joey Bosa hit him in overtime for the unnecessary roughness. Nobody knows exactly when it was. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jason. New England sports dad, imagine if Drake May, Travion Henderson, and Stephon Diggs started Dynasty. Game was rigged. Sertain's got his bell rung pretty good. We need to keep him healthy. Absolutely, Stone. It's going to be an interesting game. The Broncos already go in this game 4.5 points underdog. They had a shot at the Super Bowl, but Bo Nix broke his ankle, sadly. I still think there's a shot we can make it. I'm not counting my team out. I'm not. This is the Denver Broncos. We've been counted out all year long. We were counted out against the Bills. We were counted out in the regular season. We were counted out against the Packers. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, yes, when it comes to Stidham, you're going to lose some mobility, right? Some mobility. Not much, but some. Devin, I'm doing okay. Thank you, brother. They already did, though. Got to remember the Nick Foles days with the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll see. Again, if the Patriots make it, great. I love Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel is a fantastic head coach. Absolutely love him. I've not been shy about that. I have said multiple times how much I'm a huge fan of Mike Vrabel. And for him to go in, right, let's follow this line of thought real quick. Mike Vrabel won a Super Bowl as a player with the Patriots. Now he has a chance to possibly win a Super Bowl as the head coach of the Patriots. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Seattle Seahawks look tough. Now, again, we could say, hey, they played a really beat-up team in the San Francisco 49ers, which is 100% true. 100% true. But now you got to play the Rams. This is going to be the third go-around. But that was the third go-around with the 49ers, but now it's the third go-around with the Rams. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm not comparing, Joey. I'm just saying it has happened. So I don't want the Patriots to win because I'm a Steelers fan and they would have more than... I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. There's no way that the Patriots are winning at Mile High. Go Broncos. Hey, anything can happen. This is the NFL. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. So, hopefully we get J.K. Dobbins back for this game. That will be a huge plus because our run game was absolutely horrible. Bo Nix was the leading rusher against the Buffalo Bills. And that was a problem that hurt, right? That was a big problem. I'd said it. Our run game is bad. Our run game is bad. Not only is our run game bad, but, our wide receivers really didn't do anything to help. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here's the deal. Pat Bryant got hurt early. Franklin got hurt early. Little Jordan Humphreys had a drop in the end zone for a touchdown punt, redeemed himself. No, the Texans absolutely... No. Let's not say that, all these. No. That Texans defense balled out. But when your offense is turning the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions and a fumble, there ain't much you can do. Not much you can do as a defense. There just isn't. What team could Sean McDermott go to? Well, if he goes anywhere, I think it might be as a coordinator. Right, your defense can only take you so far. Again, I've said it. Defense wins you championships, but offense gets you points. Brian Daboll to the Bills. That would be interesting. He would be going back. Yeah, I've been seeing that, Jason, about Bill or other people saying I have karma with Bo Nix and all this. I was with Peyton Manning. I thought it was a joke at first until I started looking it up. But again, here's the deal. Your defense can only take you so far. Your offense has got to score you points. They really do. They've got to score you points. And so when you're out there constantly over and over, you're going to get tired. It was cold. And I had said it. Everyone's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's the NFL. It does matter when dome teams travel in the cold. It does matter. It does matter. And you had the cold, you had the snow, you had the sleet. It matters. And I've tried to say that all along, but nobody wanted to believe it. And then CJ Stroud absolutely played horribly. I mean, absolutely 100% played horribly. There's just no way around it. None. He was 20 for 47, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, sacked 3 times, had a QBR 21.1, and a passer rating of 28.0. How do you expect your defense? And you only ran the ball for 48 yards. 48 yards. You gave up 105 rushing yards. Why? Because your defense was on the field constantly. Let me look at something here. Let me see what the time of possession was. Let's see here. All right, time of possession. The Patriots had it for 32 minutes, and the Texans had it for 27. The Texans had 19 first down. Patriots had 13. Fourth down efficiency, they were both 1 for 2. Third down was horrible for the Patriots. Actually, this is what's it, right? The third down efficiency for the Patriots was absolutely horrible. They were 3 for 14. 3 for 14. The Patriots only gave, or the Texans only gave up 143 passing yards. They only gave up 105 rushing yards. So don't think that the Patriots went in there and absolutely dominated this defense. They didn't. It's just on the other side of the ball, on the other side of the team with the Texans, they got nothing done. You had 193 yards passing, but 48 yards rushing. You sacked Drake May 5 times. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 times. 5. So that defense 100% balled out. Please do not tell me that it did not ball out. He's hurt. He's hurt. We got to go with Stiddy. They balled out. But when your offense constantly lets you down, what are you to do? No, he got hired by the Giants. John Harbaugh. Is it John? One of the Harbaughs got hired by the Giants. It's either John or Jim. I think it's John. John Harbaugh got hired by the Giants on Saturday. Bears played great. Caleb absolutely played great. That last play, the end of regulation, 4th down and 10. Or, yeah, no, what was it? 4th down 6, 4th down and 10. Backing up and just throws it up there. 40-yard pass into the end zone. Touchdown, ties it up. Then you had a chance. You hold the Rams to 3 and out. You get the ball. That interception, I'm going to make it plain, simple, cut and dry. That interception in overtime, even the announcer said, was not on Caleb Williams. His wide receivers stopped on the route. He slowed down, which gave the defender time to get in front of the ball. Gave the defender time to get to the ball because the wide receiver slowed down. And then your defense, that Bears defense last night played great. I have nothing against that Bears defense. They played great against one of the most high prolific offenses in the NFL in 2025. They held Matthew Stafford to 0 touchdowns. 0. It was a great game. Yeah, the Bears lost. But you know what? Nothing but praise to first-year head coach Ben Johnson and second-year quarterback Caleb Williams. Do you realize that in this playoff, in the divisional round, we had 3 quarterbacks who were taken in the first round in the 2024 NFL Draft? Bo Nix, Drake May, and Caleb Williams. Bo Nix, Drake May, and Caleb Williams. And again, we could go and question Ben Johnson all we want. It's legitimate. 100% it's legitimate. You were in scoring position 3 times, and instead of going for the points, you went for it and you failed. Thoughts on McDermott fired? I had said this, Soakers, and everybody who's been on here for a long time. Good morning, brother. For everybody who's been on here a long time, I had said that if the Bills did not win a Super Bowl, Sean McDermott was getting fired. Everyone's like, no. It's if they don't go to the AFC Championship game. I said, no. It was Super Bowl or bust for Sean McDermott. Super Bowl or bust with Sean McDermott. Nobody believed me. But I said it. I said it. They did not win a Super Bowl. He was going to get fired. He was going to get fired. And it happened. Now, the deal is, who do you bring in? Who are you going to bring in? That's the interesting point. Do you bring back in Brian Daboll? Stefanski's got hired by Atlanta. Harbaugh got hired by the Giants. I mean, could they possibly send something to the Steelers for Mike Tomlin? I wouldn't like the move, but it's a possibility. But it's like I said in my video earlier this morning, and I'm going to say it again. It doesn't matter who you bring in. If you don't get Josh Allen the help at the wide receiver position, this is how your season's going to end every single year. If you don't bring him help at the wide receiver position, it's going to end up like this every single year. I do think we can beat the New England Patriots. I do. If we don't, we don't. But I do think we can. I really do think we can. A.J. Brown to the Bills? Possibly. Again, it all depends on who you bring in as a head coach. I mean, are we thinking of Clint Cooper? Are they going to go younger, right? Are they going to go with a no-name? Are they? Well, here's the question. How are people saying the Broncos can't win without Bo Nix? But these are the same people that were saying we could not win with Bo Nix. So make up your mind. It's either Bo Nix is a good quarterback or he's not. All the pundits, they can't win with Bo Nix. Now it's they can't win without him. Make up your dang gum mind. Make up your mind. We did not get bailed out. That's fine. You want to talk about bailed out? The game should have never even gotten that far. Shouldn't have happened. Should have been a safety in the end zone against the Buffalo Bills. 2 points Denver. Denver wins, but it wasn't called. The only questionable call in overtime I have is the first pass interference call. That was not pass interference, but it wouldn't have mattered because Joey Bosa absolutely knocked Bo Nix back, and it would have been a 15-yard penalty anyway. Anyway. So you can't say, that was a BS call. You can't. Joey Bosa completely annihilated Bo Nix. Now that pass interference that was at the same time, yeah, I agree. But the pass interference at the end was pass interference. He's freaking hugging the dude. So, but again, it should have never gotten to that point. Should have never happened. Why shouldn't it have happened? Because on that Bills drive, when they got that ball, what was it, at the 6-7 yard line, there was a holding while Josh Allen was in the end zone with the ball. And there was holding in the end zone that was not called against the Buffalo Bills. That should have been a safety. 2 points for Denver. Game over. Game over. But I will say, yes, there was a lot of holding not called. A lot of holding in all 4 games. I mean, I'm watching these games, and I'm like, wow. Somebody told them to keep our little buddy right here, our little pal right here in that pocket. Somebody told him. Somebody told him, which I'm okay for. I am. But when it's blatant, come on. Even in the last drive of the game where the Bills kicked a 50-yard field goal to tie it up, there was a holding call that was not called. Even though Josh Allen sailed the ball, that would have been the game-winning touchdown. It would have moved them back 10 yards. But they let them play. So don't tell me that, the refs handed it to you. Can't stop the tight end. Sean Payton will have to, but in Evan Ingram and Adam Troutman and can't stop tight ends. I hope you're right. Or the ref used it to go, what's up? Keep me. So again, you want to say it's the ref, fine. You lost. The refs did not have Josh Allen fumble it twice. The refs did not have Josh Allen throwing 2 interceptions. The refs did not have Cook fumble the ball. You lost because you committed 5 turnovers. You lost because you committed 5 turnovers. The Broncos gave up over 400 yards in total offense. You lost because you had 5. Not 1. Not 2. Not 3. Not 4. But 5 turnovers. That's why you lost this game. 5 turnovers. Isaiah, there actually was a couple years ago. They did implement a challengeable where you could challenge pass interference, but nobody was ever successful. So after 1 year, they took it out. They said it wasn't worth it because every time they would challenge it, the play would be upheld, done and over with. Because pass interference is a judgmental call. Pass interference is a judgmental call. Is it not allowing multi-guest, man? Because normally I have a whole bunch of people wanting to get in here, but I don't know if it's not allowing multi-guest this morning. There it goes. All right. I was just wondering because normally I have a whole bunch of people. Nobody, I was like, wow, nobody wants to talk to me today. There we go. Let's see here. There's something. I don't know. Thoughts on Seahawks? Absolutely. Yeah. I know D is not happy today. I know that Niner Nation is not happy today. I know my son-in-law is absolutely happy. There you go. There you go. CJ, oh man, CJ Stroud's what lost him that game. 100%. A lot of people were saying that. A lot of people were. Exactly. You held the Patriots. You held the Patriots to 3. They were 3-14 on third downs. 3-14. Your defense balled out in this game. It was tied up till that pick six. Where I'm watching this play, and I'm like, don't throw the ball, don't throw the ball, don't throw the ball, and he throws the ball. I saw his outlet receivers fall down, and I'm like, dude, hold the ball, take the sack, hold the ball, take the sack. He throws up pick six. I look right at my wife and I go, should have never thrown the ball. Yeah. They were trying the whole entire game. They were trying to make excuses, saying that maybe he's hurt, maybe he hit his hand, maybe he did this, maybe there's something wrong with his hand because he kept looking down at it. Now, I will say that in one of the video or one of the camera angles, and I can't believe they didn't pick this up because I did, you did see on his throwing hand around his index finger, there, especially his fingernail, you could see where there was like red stuff coming down. There was like red stuff coming down and red stuff around it. Now, yes, on an index finger, if your index is messed up, it does affect the ball. But all things, he absolutely played horribly. He made bad decisions. Bad decisions. No, they were. They absolutely were. I mean, the defense, the Jaeger. I mean, Drake May has four fumbles. Drake May had Drake May had four fumbles, recovered two, had one interception that doesn't count because it was a Hail Mary at the end of halftime. So that really doesn't count. He had three touchdowns, but he only threw for 179 yards. 179 yards. That was it. Yes. So here's the deal. When you hear the commentators, when you hear the commentators say that he has not progressed since his rookie campaign and that he's regressed, there's something wrong. Yes, I saw about Sean McDermott. Not having Nico Collins was a big loss. Can you tell me some more stats about your guy? Actually, I can't because um, Jared Stidham has not played a single snap in 2024 or 2025 regular season. He's only played in the preseason. Well, all right. So right now, according to DraftKings, they have Broncos 5.5 point underdogs. Last night it was 4.5. This morning it's 5.5, and they have the Seahawks as 2.5 point favorites. I've seen so many things on Twitter of we need to get Manning back. Wouldn't it be wild to go call up Tom Brady? I mean, come on, come on. No, we're not. We made it there. Hey, the Broncos did the Broncos did what I want them to do. They are not one and done. Stidham is a reliable backup quarterback. Yep. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Here's my deal. Here's my deal. I can't wait to hear Nick Wright's excuses this week for Josh Allen. Nick Wright's excuses for Josh Allen this week are going to be great. Well, he actually got fired 2 hours ago. I had a video out about it 2 hours ago. As soon as I heard about it, but I had said though, I had said going into this playoff system, and nobody believed me, that if the Bills did not win the Super Bowl, not go to the AFC Championship game, not go to a Super Bowl, but if they did not win, McDermott was gone. Brian Dayball. I really want him to go win for Bo Nix as well. Where? Oh, D's not in here yet. I've been waiting for him to pop up. No, that in my opinion, that game was over on that opening kickoff. It was done. When it comes to Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta, when I did my video about that one, they have a very hard decision that is in front of them with the Atlanta Falcons. Is Kirk Cousins coming back? What are we going to do with Michael Penix Jr.? No, Peyton Manning's not coming back. Hi, good morning, mamas. Well, okay. He caught it, but he didn't. No, hold on. Let's make this perfectly clear. He caught it, but when he hit the ground, he did not maintain. No, he did not maintain control. You got to have full control through the ground. And when they rolled over, it came off his chest, and our defender got it. So it is a turnover per the rules. Everybody's looked at that play. The NFL's looked at it. The officiating looked at it. Everybody, and it was an interception. They did review it. They did. Natalie, I'm sorry you can be like that, but he did not have control. I mean, I've been getting that all, karma this, karma that because of that. Everyone thought the game is rigged because people predict the refs are going to help the Bills win. I love that one, Jordy. I love it. But here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. You know what? You want to talk that way? This is a simple comeback. That play should have never happened. That play should have never happened with that interception. Why? Because when the Bills first got the ball at the 7-yard line, there was holding in the end zone, which would have been, if it was called, it would have been a safety, and the game would have been over right then and there. It would have been a safety, and guess what? Bo Nix wouldn't have got hurt. Hey, Mr. Madison, it was an interception per the rules. It should have been a safety. You're absolutely right. Again, everybody wants to talk about that one play. Now, what I will say is that first pass interference, that one was iffy, but it wouldn't have mattered because Joey Bosa absolutely smacked Bo Nix, and it would have been a penalty anyway. I can tell you how the Bears lost. Absolutely not. That is not the reason why the Bears lost that game. That is not. The reason why the Bears lost that game is they had the ball 3 times in field goal range, and they didn't go for a field goal every single time. When I'm watching this game, I'm like screaming at the game, like, go for the one, go for overtime. Don't do this, Ben Johnson. Go for one. This whole time, man, I thought he was going to go for two. And again, if you go for two, you get it. You're the hero. You go for two, and you don't get it. Now the whole city's after you for going for the two. Again, if the Patriots win, they win. If the Patriots win, they win. Right? I love their head coach. I do. Absolutely do. Lamar ain't going anywhere. Lamar's going right back into Baltimore because they're about to extend him. Lamar's not going anywhere. No, he ain't. No. What's up? What's up? What was that, David? Nope. And he's not going to. Everybody's been posting videos about, poor Josh Allen. Now let's talk about this game real quick. Let's talk about this game. Did the officials cause Josh Allen to throw 2 interceptions? Did the officials call Josh Allen to fumble the ball going into halftime and coming out of halftime? Did the officials cause Cook to fumble the ball when they could have went up 14-3? Y'all are talking all over each other, and it is so hard for me to hear y'all. That doesn't surprise me. I know they're talking to Mike McCarthy. Hey, Marquis, you got a lot of background noise, brother. Hey, again, what did I tell you? What did I tell you guys going into this game? I told you it on Friday. The Bills were supposed to win. The Bills were supposed to win, and what did I say if they lost? They were going to come out with excuse after excuse after excuse. It was the refs. It was this. It was that. They were going to come out with excuses. No excuse at all. But I had said that if they lost, if the Bills lost, not only was McDermott gone, which I was correct about, but they were going to come out with excuse after excuse, like I was also correct about. What's up, brother? That was absolutely horrible. Exactly. The new head coach, I mean, you no, Josh McDaniels ain't going anywhere. Josh McDaniels is staying right where he's at. Right with the New England Patriots. Nope. Josh, you got to remember, he was a Broncos head coach. He was a Broncos head coach. So he went from offensive coordinator with the Patriots to the Broncos head coach, back to the offensive coordinator, to the Raiders head coach, back to the offensive coordinators. You're talking about Mike McDaniels. I really would be absolutely shocked if Mike McDaniel got another coaching job that fast. Somebody, I can't remember what team it is. I think it's the Titans are supposed to be bringing in the defensive coordinator from the 49ers today. Robert Salas. Does Denver get Dobbins back this weekend? So supposedly there is a chance that Dobbins is supposed to be back this weekend. We'll have to wait and see, but there is a chance. Why? Well, hold up. No, he's not a hater. He's not a hater. He's a fan. He has every right to be. But I will tell you, having Dobbins back will be a difference because you go from a running game that only gets close to 3 yards per carry without him to a running game that gets 6 yards per carry with him. Hold on. Jaeger. Hold on. Jaleel McLaughlin. Wait a minute. How can people say that Bo Nix is horrible, but then he gets hurt and now he's the best player? Do you think we should sign Peyton Manning? No. Do you know, Jaeger, I want you to think about yesterday's game. Hold on, guys. Hold up. Let's think about this for a minute real quick. If CJ Stroud played competent yesterday, which we all can agree he did not, correct? Yes or no? Did CJ Stroud play competent? Okay. Good. If he would have played confident yesterday, the Patriots do not win. The Patriots do not win. Your defense played good. No, they did not play elite. No, and I'm going to tell you why they played good. I'm going to tell you why they did not play elite. That's why they looked elite. Because CJ Stroud played so horribly. But you can't say your offense played great. You were 3 of 14 on third down. 3 of 14 on third down. It was a 10-10 game. It was a 10-10 game until they threw that pick six. Your team, your offense wasn't doing anything in that game. You were 3 for 14. 3 of 3. You just said your defense played elite. 5 turnovers. Look, 5 turnovers. Let me ask you this. Hold on. You know, actually, I love that he said that, the best defense in the league. Because I'm watching the Seahawks game and I'm like, this is the number 1 defense. I'm like, wait a minute. How can the Seahawks be the number 1 defense in the league? The Texans be the number 1 defense in the league? The Broncos be the number 1 defense in the league? Can y'all make up your mind on who the number 1 defense in the league is? Please. But anyway, your team, your offense played trash. Your offense played absolute trash. You had 4 fumbles but recovered 2. There you go. That's why I said that is the Patriots won. I'm not taking anything away from it. But your offense did not perform. Your offense literally, hold up. The entire postseason, the Patriots offense has played underperforming. Really, that's not true. I didn't say regular season. I did not say regular season. I said postseason. Against the Chargers and against the Texans, your guys' offense played absolute trash. And if it wasn't for, let me tell you this though, if it wasn't for the, we can hold on. I don't do the whole strength of schedule. That doesn't matter to me. Strength of schedule don't mean jack crap to me because these are 53 guys that are all in the NFL, something I'm not doing. I go up against who's got the better defense, who's got the better offense. I don't care if you're 0-16, you can still have the number one defense. It doesn't matter. Right? The Denver Broncos in 2013 had the number one offense in the NFL. Did we win a Super Bowl? In 2013, did the Denver Broncos win the number one offense win a Super Bowl? No. No. We got blown out. So it doesn't matter. You've got to go off of what the team is doing. Again, we could say coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yes, the Chargers came in absolutely decimated on offense. Couldn't move the ball at all. But that defense stopped the Patriots. Go into the next game. C.J. Stroud played like a freshman in high school. Your offense couldn't do anything. Now you are coming into Denver with a competent offense. And before you say, oh, well, you're playing with Jarrett Stidham. Yeah, I know. Jarrett Stidham can start on 31 other teams in the NFL right now. But he decided to stay in Denver. He decided to stay with Sean Payton. He's been in Sean Payton's offense for 3 years. Jarrett Stidham has got a stronger arm than Bo Nix because he's older and has been in the league longer. Jarrett Stidham is mobile like Bo Nix, just not as fast. He understands the offense as well. Bo Nix balled out. So, before everybody gets on this train, and I'm not saying that the Broncos are going to win. I'm not. The Broncos did what I wanted the Broncos to do this year. And I said it, even last week, I said it, guess what? I don't care if we make it to the Super Bowl or not. I just don't want to be one and done. I just don't want to be one and done. I didn't want to be the 1 seed and be one and done. That would be worse than losing in the wild card round, in my opinion. If you're the number 1 seed and you're one and done, that's worse than losing in the wild card round. Because you're supposed to be prepared. You have home field advantage. You're 2 games away from a Super Bowl. And then we went up against one of the best offenses in the NFL again and won. So, again, you're going up against another top defense in the AFC, but the difference is you're not going up against a team that's completely decimated by injuries on offense, and you're not going up against C.J. Stroud. And another team that was also completely decimated on offense, who did not have 3 of their number 1 targets at the receiving position, not wide receiver, but receiving position on the field. And then if we win, come Monday, there'll be excuses. What happened to the Bears last night? Plain simple, cut and dry. When you're in the scoring position for 3 field goals, kick the damn ball. Quit. This is why I do not like analytics. Analytics says to go for it. Is analytics a player or an AI machine? Analytics is going to, of course, tell you to go for it because it's more exciting, more views. Kick the damn ball. I grew up when it was 4th down and 1 at the 1 yard line. You kicked the damn field goal. You didn't go for a touchdown. You left 9 points. 9. You left 9 points on the field. 9. You lost by 3. You lost by 3, and you left 9 points. That Bears defense was doing everything it could last night to stop a high-power offense with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Javonte Adams. Doing everything. Everything. And again, Ben Johnson, rookie head coach, you'll learn from this, right? You'll learn. What's up, too? You'll learn from this. But again, you left 9 points on the field. 9. And you lost by 3. Let's talk about the Bills real quick. It's the same thing with the Bills. Should the Bills, after the Broncos went up 17-10 right before halftime, Why did Sean McDermott not kneel the ball when you're getting it coming out of halftime? No, he pushed for it. They fumble. We get it. 3 extra points. You lost by 3. Every play matters, and that's what I try to tell everybody going into this weekend, going into last weekend. Yeah, Sean McDermott got fired 3 hours ago. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Casual ass Bronco fan just said, thank you, TikTok family and cars. I appreciate that. Sorry, Bills should have won it. That catch. Okay, I'm going to go through this again really quick. Did the refs cause Josh Allen to throw 2 interceptions? Did the refs cause Josh Allen to fumble it twice? Did the refs cause Cook to fumble it once when you could have won up 14-3? No. Hey, Jaeger, I have a question for you, Jaeger. Hold on. This question is only for Jaeger. This question is only for Jaeger. This question is only for Jaeger. Jaeger, how many times have the Patriots beat the Broncos in Mile High in the playoffs? Now, this is for Jaeger. This is just for Jaeger, guys. That's not what I asked. That was not the question I asked. I said, how many times have the Patriots beaten the Denver Broncos in Mile High in the playoffs? How many times? It's a big fat goose egg. Yeah, he wasn't. Oh, come on, guys. Beat that. Hey, Jaeger. First off, Jaeger, how old are you? There you go. Jaeger is old enough to remember Tom Brady. Jaeger is old enough to remember the glory days of the Patriots under Tom Brady. So, I mean, we got to give him some love. We got to give him some love, right? Drake May is not doing anything against oh, absolutely I was. Again, I'm going to be I'll be 41. Drake going to be eating sack lunches all game long. You know what? The whole Texans defense is probably fuming. Absolutely. What's up, man? What up? What's up? James Cook couldn't run up here in the third quarter, even the fourth finally slowed. Smooth Drill 97, you. Drake gonna be eating. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Hey, Harrison. Do you think the Broncos will win? I do. I think the Broncos have a chance. They're okay, but well, hold on. Hold up. 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 Jaeger, you're a Patriots fan, right? You think your team is gonna win, right? No, you think they're gonna you think you're gonna win, right? Okay. So how is you as a Patriots fan can say you think your team's gonna win, but me as a Broncos fan, I can't? And you have a quarterback that hasn't played well against top defenses with a confident offense, and you have the weakest schedule in the NFL, and your quarterback has only thrown for 300 yards in one game. Harrison, I'm going to drop you for a minute, brother. Yes, there has. Bill Parcells, his head coach. I wanted to. Bryce had something to say, and I didn't do it out of. I don't like dropping people. I don't, but I try to give everybody, a fair shot at coming in. Like if it don't allow Bryce to come in because for some reason TikTok does not like Bryce, I'll bring Harrison right back in. For some strange reason, TikTok does not like Bryce. No, it's like the last 2.5 weeks. Every time he tries to come in, his phone bugs out. See, he's got to reset his app. I'll tell you, the NFC, I well, they're giving the Seahawks at 2.5 already. It's not working at all. All right, Harrison, it's not working for Bryce. Come on back in, brother. I tried. Well, it's not letting Bryce in. That's the problem. Let's see, but it doesn't ask if I want to join. All right, C right. Let me see if you want to drop C right, I'll see if I can invite him in. Man, Bryce's TikTok just does not love him. It does it. Yes, sir. Comeback player of the year. Ooh. Wow, Bryce, I don't even have you up here on a chance to invite you in. There he is. Everybody welcome in Bryce. I I do look at it. I've got two lives going at the same time, so I'm looking back and forth. It isn't just going to get louder for Drake May on Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be very loud in that stadium. No. Wow, it took it. Yes, it's already. They've already said it. Marvin Mims is perfectly fine. What happened was no. He's talking about the no. Hold up. He's talking about when Marvin Mims hit the camera on that last touchdown. No, he hit the camera. Hit his back. What's up, Apostle? Troy Franklin should be fine. Pat Bryant's already come out. Okay, so they ruled him out with a possible concussion again. I do believe he will be coming back. He's already been posting that he will be back. We should be getting J.K. Dobbins back. Franklin should be back. Mims is fine. We should get our Wattenberg back as well at center. Wattenberger! It's like, I don't know if y'all ever watched that movie, Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year, Rottenschnagger, Gardenhoser, where he can't get it. And then when he does, he's like, what did he call me? Rottenschnagger. Yeah, that handle did get Mims right in the back. Approved, not appeal not approved. Of course. Today, a fan from 2019, the blind Tom Brady with laser was found yesterday for NFL games. But guys, I gotta ask Bryce one question. Just one question. Bryce, how happy were you to watch the Bills lose on Saturday? I'm going to tell you this. If we win with Stidham, we win. And this is my personal opinion as a Broncos fan, and I've said it all year. I said it last week. I said it the week before last. I said it the week going in. The Broncos did what I wanted them to do. They were not one and done in the playoffs. We improved, right? We improved. If we win, we win. Dude, that was absolutely horrible for the Texans. Okay, let's talk about this. Who thinks that they should have put Mills in? I watched the whole game. Okay, hold on. Let's talk. Hold up, Jaeger. Hold on, Jaeger. Before you get into this, hold on. I'm iffy about that one. I'm iffy because the Seahawks look great against the 49ers, right? Completely dominated them. But that was the same Seahawks team that barely beat them in Week 18. Now we can say, oh, well, they weren't doing anything special, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we can say that. But that's also the same Seahawks team that beat a 44-year-old quarterback only with field goals. That's the same Seahawks team in Seattle, by the way, that only beat the Houston Texans because against CJ Stroud couldn't hang on to the ball. You had a strip sack fumble. That defense of the Texans absolutely lit up the Seattle Seahawks offense. That Shaheed trade was absolutely beautiful for them. It really was. Let's see here. The last time the New England Patriots won on the road was the Jets game on the road. Benching your starting quarterback mid-play, it just seems unethical. I get it. Okay. We can say that you don't want to bench your starting quarterback halfway through a divisional round game. But when your starting quarterback at this time had, 3 interceptions and a pick 6? Oh, was it 4 before halftime? And he had fumbles. You're trying to win this game. I mean, okay, so CJ Stroud did not have a fumble. It was Woody Marks had a fumble. The Bills did fire their head coach. CJ Stroud is not making any money. CJ Stroud still's on his rookie deal. Well, his stats from yesterday were bad. Bryce is a Jaguars fan. He is a diehard Duval. I mean, even Troy Aikman was saying yesterday on the game, towards the end of the game, that he was like, the Texans have really got to decide, what are they going to do? Are they going to pay him? Are they going to go in a different direction? I mean, yes, you've been to the playoffs your first 3 years as a head coach with D'Amico Ryan. Somebody's got a car door opener not wearing a seatbelt. So, at least you got snow. And can the New England Patriots fans travel for Drake May? That's a good question. Oh, you know what, Jaeger? I got a question on the Red app. Do you think the Patriots fan are going to travel good? Okay. So we got a probably maybe. How are you underlooked when you're favored by 5.5? They did. Okay, panel. Let me ask this question. Okay, if we win against the Texans D, who is much better than the Broncos D, how do we not win against the Broncos? Very easily. Our offense is better than the Texans offense. Yeah, I don't care about strength of schedule. I don't like that. Yeah, Build Mafia was there yesterday. They were. No, I thought Diggs was a great sign. Okay, it is an ankle break. I love how he said supposed ankle break. I don't know how you suppose anything when he's having surgery tomorrow. No, he's not. He. That's okay. Here's the big deal when it comes to the Broncos this week, and it's on Sean Payton. He's got to get Stidham ready. Hopefully, again, if we get J.K. back, that will be a huge improvement. We get Waterberg back, that will be a huge improvement. We don't accept you. Oh, you don't want the Swifties on your side? Come on. Hey, I like Drake. I do like Drake May, but I do not think he's the MVP. PTP 719. He did not. Hold on. He did not cook the Texans defense. He didn't. That the pay. Let's make this perfectly clear. If the Texans had a competent offense, and I get again, it's all coulda, woulda, shouldas. Game is over. There's nothing you could go back. But if the Texans had a competent offense, the Patriots do not win that game. They don't. The Patriots don't. No, it wouldn't have even been that. It wouldn't have. Because when you hold a team's offense to 3 and 14 on third downs, they only went for it twice on fourth downs and were only successful once. Yeah, it was snowing in both games. It started on sleet and then turned to snow. The deal with the Bears, though, the Bears, it was supposed to get more snow, but it didn't. But what really affected the Bears game was the wind. So, oh, they absolutely did. Again, all right, Harrison. Well, while you're gone, Harrison, I'm going to see if somebody else wants to come up. The crowd will get to Drake May, not used to seeing red, white, and blue. He just sees a orange, blue for a young quarterback. The crowd will get to Drake May. We'll see if the crowd does. I mean, you got to think. Look how loud the crowd was at the divisional game. How loud do you think it's going to be during the AFC Championship game? Oh, dude, I was watching that at the end, and he's just running backwards, backwards, and backwards. I'm like, no way. Yes, sir. Yep, and you're also winless in Mile High. So, oh, I agree, Wavy. I've been saying it for what, 3 years now. That if the Buffalo Bills had more targets for Josh Allen, they would be a very hard team to beat. We can all admit that. If Josh Allen had legitimate threats at wide receivers, 100% the Bills would be a very dangerous team. And with that, then Sean McDermott wouldn't have got fired today. For some reason, and I haven't understand it with the Bills organization, they don't keep wide receivers. May is tapped in. Will Campbell needs to step it up and hit the gym. I want to go deep. I know somebody's playing Mario, and I want to know what level you're on. Is it Mario or Super Mario Brother for the NES? That straight up sounds like Mario. Dang! I have sat behind the visitor benches and the coach of the New England Patriots was saying, "Oh, absolutely! I play Super Mario Brother. I still play Super Mario Brother for the NES. That game cost me about 10 years of my life." That is, that when I heard about the news, that's instantly what I thought about. Who could the Bills next hope? Joe Brady, Clint Kubiak, Joe Brady. So, I don't know. Okay, so let's look at it real quick, right? We've got the Texans that still need a head coach. We got the Dolphins, the Steelers, the Browns, the I'm sorry, the Titans. Browns, Dolphins. Titans, Browns, Dolphins, Raiders, Ravens, Bills, and Steelers. No, they haven't hired a head coach yet. Oh, absolutely. With Harbaugh. Kevin Stefanski to Atlanta. I like it, but he has a big problem on his hands. Stefanski has a big problem on his hands. We all know that Kirk Cousins most likely is going to be gone next year. But you're also not going to have Michael Penix Jr. So who's going to be your starting quarterback down in Atlanta? Yes, they are. They did. They did that. Okay. Well, he's got one more year, but they can cut him. Tyreek Hill? No, Tyreek Hill has one more. Tyreek, okay, hold on. Tyreek Hill has one more year on his deal. But no, Tyreek Hill will not be back for the Miami Dolphins next year. That's another good question. All right, so Tyreek Hill has one more year on his deal with Miami for 2026 where he's due 51.8 million. Now the Dolphins have already said they're not bringing him back. Right? They've already said he's not bringing him back, which means they're going to take 28.2 million in dead cap. But you separate that over 2 years, so that's 14 this year, 14 next year. And you say 30. That's a good question too, because right now they got Tua and Ewers, but you got to wait and see who's their next head coach going to be before we even say, okay, who is he? Who's going to be the starter? That altitude is going to affect the Patriot. It is. It affected the Bills. It affects everybody. I remember working up in Denver in that altitude, and it affected me. And I wasn't playing football. I was literally just there working on a railroad track, and it affected me. Denver Dev, what's up, brother? Hey, we got a Cowboys fan. All right. I'm okay. Hold on. Before we get, there's no hate for Drake May. Okay, I love the 2024 quarterback class. Look how, you have, what is it now? 3 quarterbacks out of that class are in championship games in the first 2 years. Jaden Daniels. Technically Bo Nix, even though he's not playing, and Drake May. Okay, but I still think that Matthew Stafford is the MVP. He's thrown more touchdowns, more yards, and again, he came in the year of the possibility of not playing because of his back. So, and supposedly, air quotes here, playoffs are not supposed to decide anything when it comes to MVP voting, but we'll see. But if Drake May wins it, congratulations. But I still think it's Matthew Stafford because it's. Oh, in the Super Bowl. Hey, we gotta worry about them showing up in the NFC Championship game again. And I've said it last week going into this game. Did I not say it? That game depended on Sam Darnold playing good. And I was correct. I'll tell you what, if Sam Darnold makes it to the Super Bowl this year, everybody in Minnesota is going to be looking at Kevin O'Connell going, really? 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 Hey, we're doing all right, Matt. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Well, let's hold on. Let's look up his stats real quick. I'm gonna see his stats. Well, hey, listen to this real quick. Listen to this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You want to hear Sam Darnold's stats for this game? You ready? 12 of 17. 12 of 17. 12, Sam Darnold was 12 for 17, 124 yards, one touchdown, and two sacks. Oh, he ran 19 times, 116 yards, three touchdowns. So, yeah, Sam Darnold really didn't do much in this game. I've been waiting, City Boy, for D and my son-in-law to show up. I have been. I've been waiting. I wouldn't. It's just too much to risk. What's up, Chester the Gamer? What is my favorite Bronco player of all time? Bill Romanowski. Bill Romanowski. Favorite Bronco player of all time. Even though he started with the San Francisco 49ers, came to Denver, helped us win 2 Super Bowls. I loved his tenacity, his fierceness as a linebacker. I love Bill Romanowski. I don't know. Wave. If Ben Johnson could go back, do you think he would have went for 2 instead of kicking the PAT? No. If Ben Johnson could go back, he would have gone for those 3 field goals instead of trying for it. They did not kick field goals. Why do we think that Jared Stidham is good when that Todd McDaniel went to Vegas Raider? He took Jared Stidham with him. Sean Payton wanted to draft Jared Stidham coming out of college, but the Patriots got him first, and that's why Mike McDaniel or Josh McDaniels took in the Raiders with him. That is a great question. Well, yeah, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. Oh man, I hope not. Nobody's giving the Broncos a chance. Nobody is. We're already 5.5 point underdogs according to DraftKings. 5.5 point underdogs. I hope not. I can tell you this right now. A whole bunch of people are upset on how the NFL did their wild card or did their playoffs this year. Because there was a game on every single app when it used to just be on CBS and Fox. But now it's on ESPN, Prime, and Peacock, all that. So many people were so mad. Everybody was so mad. I know Stidham can. Yes, I do collect sports cards. I actually have a big thing of them. So I know I know that I know that the Super Bowl is on NBC, but I also think it's on Peacock as well as NBC. No, it's you no. At back in the '90s, it would bounce back and forth between CBS, Fox, ABC, and then it went. Then for a little bit, it was CBS, NBC, ABC, and then when Fox really grew, then it went back to Fox. So, but now that you've got ESPN, you've got Netflix, you got Prime, and all that, they're moving all these games around. Oh yeah, NFL Network. No, Prime will not get a Super Bowl because so Amazon controls the halftime show of the Super Bowl, so they still get their money from the Super Bowl. Amazon is the one that Amazon Music is the one that does the Super Bowl halftime show. Well, Apple Music is part of Amazon. I don't like it. I don't want to watch a Super Bowl that I have to have an interpreter. Taylor Swift will not be in the halftime show. No, because they had talked about having her as a halftime show, but I guess with her Eras tour and how much money, it didn't work out. So I'm not even gonna watch the halftime show anyway because the Super Bowl is always around my birthday, and at halftime we don't even watch the halftime show. We just cut the cake and everything for my birthday, and then when the game starts, we go back. No, I don't think the Broncos would have been the favorites, even with Bo Nix. Right now, they are 5.5 point underdogs. You put Bo Nix in, I'm pretty sure they'd be 2.5 point underdogs. Uh, that is the question. Nobody knows. So this right here is my book of football cards. And I've got them, I've got a whole bunch of collection of Broncos. I actually have the entire I actually have the entire collection of these gold series. I have a huge collection of football cards. Because nobody knew. Number one, they said that nobody knew. Sean Payton even thought it was a joke. That's why he came back out and talked. Oh, his adrenaline, absolutely. So I mean, it was so whatever that Peyton Manning, literally texted a head Bronco official going, "Is this real or a hoax?" Because Peyton Manning himself thought it was a hoax. I've got some of those, but the price of cards are so expensive nowadays. Well, hey Drake May. It just said Drake May up there at join. It said in my chat thing that Drake May just popped in. Yeah, see, there's Drake May right there. What's up, Drake May? What's going on, brother? I like Mac Jones as well. Hey, can I drop somebody to bring up Drake May? Uh, who can I drop, guys? Who can I drop? Uh, Denver Dev's line content is flagged for harassment and bullying. Denver Dev, why are you flagged for harassment and bullying? Dang, Dev, man, coming in here causing all kind of problems. Hey, Mom. Hey, Drake May, what's up? Just enjoying football, man. We go into the Super Bowl. I hope so. Hey, we win, we win. Love you too, Ma. Yeah, you were in the end zone. Oh, I bet it was. What's your favorite part about streaming? Hanging out with everybody. That literally is my favorite part about streaming. Is hanging out with everybody and talking to people about football. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Evan Ingram in this game. Love you too, Ma. So, yeah, I saw that. Dev, I know you were at the game. I can't. There was like two other people that were telling me they were going to be at the game. Thanks, man. I've been growing up for 19, almost 20 years. There was two other people I talked to that were at the game. Now here's the deal, though, and we all can admit it. If they would have called that holding for a safety, Bo Nix wouldn't have broke his ankle. That's nice. I would no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to agree with them all videos. Drake May is not the most overrated quarterback. How? Oh wait. How are we the? Hold up, guys. How are we the most weird? How are we the weirdest one seed? But hold on. But did we win? But did we win? But did we win? So we won. That's all that matters. So the Packers are a bad team. Muggs, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. Drake May, thank you for that follow, brother. I appreciate it too. And also Adam Troutman, and we want to see Nate Atkins as well. Love to see these tight ends. I'd love to see more tight end play as well. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Because if you say it and you get flagged, it's going to affect me. There you go. No. He was, hold on, Jaeger. He was asking if that was better for the stream so I wouldn't get flagged. That's better than whatever. All right, hold on, Jaeger. Let me ask you this question. Hold on. Drake May and Jaeger, this is a serious question. If you lose to a backup quarterback, what's your excuse going to be? I'm kind of torn, right? So I was talking to my wife last night, Jaeger. I was talking to my wife last night, and I was telling her, I'm like, you realize that if the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, that our son-in-law is going to be insufferable. And she started laughing. I'm like, so if the Patriots win and go to the Super Bowl, against the Seahawks, I'm like, we're rooting for the Patriots, right? She's like, oh, that's mean. I'm like, really? How mean has our son-in-law been to me this year with my team? She's like, yeah, that's true. But wait a minute, he's been mean to me about my team. I'm like, see, so we can legitimately root for the Patriots. Go, that's just because you were mean. But just imagine, just think about this, okay? My son, just think about this, okay? Think about where I could be. I could be at the end of this week. My team could be in the Super Bowl against my son-in-law's team in the Super Bowl. The Broncos and the Seahawks. But just put yourself in my predicament. Hold on, let's hear him out. Actually, I'm okay. I'm going to tell you mine. I'm going to tell you mine. I am worried. I am worried. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Would you like pictures from the Natty? Absolutely, Chop Boy. If you're going to be at the Natty, dude, I would absolutely love for you to send me some pictures. But the reason why I'm worried about Stiddy being in this game is because he hasn't played a single snap in the regular season for 2 years. Now, again, I saw him in the preseason. I know he's got a strong arm. I know he's mobile. I know he can run this offense because he's been in it for 3 years. But I am worried because, again, you have a quarterback Bo Nix, who's played all year in the system. I get it. It's his second year. And this is Stidham's 7th year. And, experience brings, maturity and stuff like that. And so I'm worried, but I'm not like freaking out worried. But I am worried because the part that bothers me about this game is what bothered me about the Bills, our run game. I'm not even talking about the quarterback. The quarterback position really doesn't bother me with Bo Nix or Stidham either way. If they were, if Bo Nix was playing in this game, I would be saying the same damn thing. I'm not worried about Bo Nix. I'm not worried about Stidham. I'm worried about our inefficiency at the run game. And the reason why is if you look at that divisional round game against the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills had the number 22 rushing defense. Bo Nix ran for 29 yards and led the team in rushes. McLaughlin had 29 yards. McLaughlin had 21 yards. Harvey had 20. We only ran the ball for 70 yards. That is what bothers me. Does my son-in-law play for the Seahawks? No, he's just a diehard Seahawks fan. That's what I said. No. Yes, I do. I really do, brother. I'm sorry. And I love CJ Stroud. I've been a supporter of CJ Stroud. But, dude, that was bad. Normally 2 hours or longer a day, but today I'm going to be probably 2 hours because I have a doctor's appointment. Okay. Okay, but hey, hold on. I really like Christian Gonzalez. So you're gonna hype up your guy, right? Christian Gonzalez. Yeah. And who do we got? Okay. All right, brother. Okay, hold on. Okay, who leads the NFL in most quarterback pressures? Who leads the NFL in most sacks? Who leads the NFL in sacks in the playoffs? Sound like Philly fan. Oh man. Wow. Denver Trav, what's up, brother? How you doing today, my man? Okay, that's fine. I get you, Jaeger. All right, let's talk about the playoffs. Let's talk about the playoffs. You were 3 of 14 on third down. Three. No, 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 no. You want to talk about playoff stats? Let's talk about playoff stats. So did we. And we won the game when our quarterback had a broken ankle at the end. How can we cheat the Bills when Josh Allen throws 2 interceptions, fumble it twice, and Cook fumbles it once? Then that means, hold on. If we cheated the Bills, y'all cheated the Texans because CJ Stroud threw 4 interceptions. I mean, come on. If you're going to say this, I can say that. It doesn't matter. The Shavargas, come on up, brother. I got an opening. Get these kids out. Absolutely, Shavargas. The New England will not have the weight difference. Look at the New England Patriots when they played the New England. Man, hey, come on. Put some respect. Put some respect on the name Jake the Snake Plumber. They're on 4. Wait a minute. Wait. I can't remember what the 4th game was, but it is 4. I think it was the year the Broncos went to the Super Bowl and lost in 2013. Hey, I'll tell you this, and I ain't going to lie. If I'm a backup and I'm winning a Super Bowl ring, guess what? I'm a backup that won a Super Bowl ring, so I ain't going to care. I agree. They have a smaller offensive line than the Bills do. Which Super Bowl are we talking about? Oh. Y'all are just having fun. I hope they are Patriots fan here, so yeah, on the field. See, on the field, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great game between the Broncos and the Patriots. Now, Eli Manning haunts every Patriots fan. Three. We're talking about in the playoffs, dangerously dazed. They like to add all these different kind of scenarios. I'm just here to listen. Okay, hold on. Before we go to the play gate, let me make this perfectly clear. Whoever's got wind is really loud. Hold on. Hold on, Jaeger. I'm about to defend you, so give me this floor. I'm about to defend you. When it comes to Deflategate was a joke. Okay? Deflategate should have never been anything. Every football team in the NFL at that point in time, they either put too much air in their football or they lowered the air. It was all dependent on the quarterback because nobody checked them. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. I do not like Deflategate because I'm looking at this. I'm like, are we really going to spend this much money to investigate this? Seriously, every team in the NFL. Talk to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's like, yeah, I used to put more air in my football. I used to have him put more air in. I like the thicker grip. Tom Brady, I like little air. I could grab a hold of it more. I could sling it further. You had other quarterbacks that that were either more, less, way more. Every quarterback in the NFL, all the way up into that point, did it. The only reason why it was made known was because the Patriots beat a team. Uh-oh. No. Okay, hold on. Hold up. Are you talking about the Devontae Adams fumble? Well, okay, cool. All right. This is why. We all know, even though we don't know what a catch is, but let's just go with it. When you catch the ball and you go to the ground, what do you have to do? You have to maintain possession through the ground. So let's put it this way, right? Let's take that interception, right? Let's remove the Bronco player, for instance. Let's just say he's not even there. Okay? He catches that ball, hits the ground, the ball pops out and pops off of his chest and hits the ground behind him. Is that a catch or an incompletion? Okay. So, all right, okay. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm going to explain this the best way I can. So when he caught that ball, hit the ground, you can clearly see the ball bounce off his chest, which he loses possession. Because you got to remember, he did not make a football move. He did not make, that's a clear point in this whole scenario. He did not make a football move. So when you hit the ground, you have to retain possession until you're tagged down. He did not. It popped off his chest, and went into the defender's arms, who got it, which is an interception. On the now the Devontae Adams fumble. He caught the ball, clearly made possession and a football move, then was tackled, knee down, still had possession of the ball, by the way, when his knee is down and touched by two defenders, then the ball comes out. Not a fumble. Interception and not a fumble. He already knew it was an interception. Survive the ground. You missed one earlier. I have not seen D all day. I love that theory. Oh, I love that theory. Yes. The only pass interference call that I call into question, it was the first one in overtime. But it wouldn't have mattered. All right, brother. You have a great day, man. It should have. It should have been over on the. I will tell you this. There was multiple holding calls in all games this week that were not called. I'm not going to single out this play, that play, because again, it doesn't matter anyway. But all four games, all four of them, there were multitude of holding calls, and I'm sitting here watching the game going like, the NFL forget that holding is a penalty? Okay. All right. I will explain that. Well, let me explain that one. Thank you. Yeah, the second one, but see, even the first one wouldn't have mattered. If they didn't call the pass interference on the first one, it wouldn't have mattered. The Broncos still would have got a. Joey Bosa decided he wanted to, knock Bo Nix into the sphere on a late hit for a roughing the passer, so it wouldn't have mattered. Well, the pass interference only gave you 2 more yards than the unnecessary roughness. Oh, absolutely. I mean, yes, the officials let them play. They did. I mean, again, I watched all 4 games in the divisional round. All 4. And there were multitude of holding calls not called for the Bears, for the Rams, for the Seahawks, for the 49ers, for the Broncos, for the Bills, for the Patriots, for the Texans. Multiple. They just didn't call them. Well, you've got the one at the end of the game where Josh Allen throws it over his tight end Knox, But if you look at it, it would have been a strip sack fumble because Benito was getting freaking horse collared in the hole, but wasn't called. Then if you want to talk about that, let's go into overtime. When the Bills first get their first possession in overtime down at the 7-yard line, it should have been a safety because when Josh Allen and the ball was in the end zone, an offensive lineman was holding one of our defenders, which would have created a safety. Game over. Denver wins. There's a lot of things that could have happened, should have happened, but they weren't calling them. They weren't. And I understand they again, I'm not saying one game was officiated bad while all 3 other games were officiated good. No, all games, it seemed like they let them play. But when you have egregious penalties, you can't let it go. You can't let it go. No, Hunter. Now, okay, let me explain this for Hunter because I know he's going to think it's crazy. Yeah, that's going to be the hard part. I will agree. But yes, Jarrett Stidham has been in Sean Payne's offense for 3 years. He has not played a single down in the regular season for both 2 years, right? But again, Jarrett Stidham can start on any other team in the NFL right now. He could. Same thing with Malik Willis. Malik Willis is a starter as well. Also, Sean Payton has an 8-1 record with backup quarterbacks coming in off the bench. Number 2, you're in Mile High. Number three, you're gonna have Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, Malcolm Roach, Awuari, Dre Greenlaw, Mike Ellis, Alex Singleton, PS2, Hufanga. So it's like I was trying to say earlier. If the Texans had a competent offense yesterday, the Patriots do not win that game. The Patriots were 3 for 14 on 3rd down and 1 for 2. And I agree 100%. But our offense is also 5 times better than the Texans' offense. No, the Chargers have a damn good defense. Khalil Mack plays for the Chargers. Khalil Mack plays for the Chargers. They do. Yes, they were. According to stats, because that's what they base all this shit off of, is stats. The Broncos are the number 2. Because you got to go off of stats. And I think, because here's the deal. Watching that Seahawks game against the 49ers, the commentators, Seahawks are the number 1 defense. Watching the Broncos game against the Bills, the Broncos are the number 1 defense. Different commentators. Watching the Texans game against the Patriots, the Texans are the number 1 defense. Third commentator like, okay, guys, can you make up your dang on mind on who the number one defense in the NFL is? Or can we just say Seahawks have a top five, Denver has a top five, Houston has a top five, boom, leave it like that. I hope so. Again, if we win, we win, right? All I cared about was not being one and done. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do. I know. I'm not saying they don't. I've been saying it all year that the Texans have the number one defense. The reason why they lost is their offense. You got to get through the Rams, son. You got to get. Yeah, but you're going to get warm weather, Matthew Stafford, this weekend. You're not going to get sub-zero Matthew Stafford. Son, I love you. Hold on. Son, I love you. Do you know what Sam Darnold's stats were? You don't. You need that return game. That's all you need. Now, Hunter, I was talking to Mom about this last night, son. You do realize that if the Broncos play the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, being that you are my son-in-law, the father to my grandchildren, you have to root for the Broncos. Hey, B. Brady. I think it's going to be Indiana, unfortunately. I mean, but no, I was talking to Bob last night, Hunter, and I was like, if the Seahawks, I was like, Hunter's going to be irresufferable, right? Just insufferable this week. She's like, I know. I was like, and if they make it to the Super Bowl, he's going to be even worse for 2 weeks. She's like, I know. And I was like, if the Patriots make it to the Super Bowl, does that mean we root for the Patriots? And she's like, that's mean. I'm like, really? How mean has he been to me this year? You're right. Wait a minute. He's been mean to me too. Yep, you're absolutely right, Chop Boy. The only non-Super Bowl matchup for this year would be the Broncos versus the Rams, because the Broncos have never played the Rams in the Super Bowl. The Patriots have played both the Rams and the Seahawks. The Broncos have played the Seahawks. So the only non-Super Bowl rematch would be the Broncos and the Rams. You're 100% correct, Chop Boy, because they've never faced each other. It is. Okay, so, hey, J-Rock. So the last time the Rams went to Seattle, they lost by 1 point, 38-37. I'm doing okay, J-Rock. How about you, my brother? Yeah, about Bo Nix. Yep, you and I are like that, man. That's Hunter. No, it does hurt, but it's next man up. You're a Chargers fan. Next man up. It's all you can do. I hope we get J.K. Dobbins back. We need J.K. Dobbins because our run game was absolutely horrible against the Bills. If we can get J.K. back, if Patty plays, Pat Bryant, Ferguson's gonna play, so we will be elevating Elijah Moore as well. That is a big plus. You too, J Rock, brother, man. Have a great week, my man. Hey, okay. You know what's hey Hunter. No, I have a question. Hunter. Your job requires you to work on the Super Bowl. Yes? Okay. I was just wondering, how is this gonna happen? If it's Broncos and Seahawks for the Super Bowl and we're having it at the house, what are you gonna do? They Oh man, we could call it the backup bowl. That'll probably be what, like a 3-0 Super Bowl. The most defensive ever Super Bowl. The punt. Who is the MVP of the game? Whoever punted the most. I mean, punt. Hey, have I ever said an excuse? Have I said any excuse about this game going in against the Patriots? Nope. Cross has got the Patriots and the Rams in the Super Bowl. The only thing is if we believe in the theory about the color scheme of the Super Bowl, I really don't see Patriot colors in it. Yep. Or up front. Yep. I saw that. I love that theory, that whole Super Bowl logo theory. Hey, this is what I was saying, Hunter. Can you imagine Vikings fans if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl? You got rid of this guy. You heard about the Bills this morning, right? John McDermott. Yep. Fired him this morning. Really? $70-20. And ever since then, the Dolphins haven't done nothing. The deal is when it comes to these head coaches, it's exactly, they're going to go from one head coach to the other. No, I don't think it's going to be McCarthy. That would be absolutely horrible. I was actually thinking Clint Kubiak. Josh Allen ain't going anywhere. No, they ain't gonna go defensive minded head coach. A defensive coach. One in 19 years. And that was because that was old regime's team. No, I think they're going to go offensive minded. I look at possibly Kubiak. Is Shula still available? But I heard he might be going to Pittsburgh or Miami. Brian Daboll's still available. He would be going back to Buffalo. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was Pete Carroll? I mean, that's why I said, wouldn't it be hilarious? I honestly, I mean, that would make sense, but I would not be shocked if the Browns don't hire McDaniel. Browns have not hired a head coach yet. The Browns haven't. Atlanta. Atlanta hired Stefanski. No, they got it done. They got it done. They got the hiccup ironed out. Got that. It. That's what it was. There go. Yep. He didn't want to report to the general manager, so they'll both report to the owner. And then so you got the Titans that need a head coach, the Dolphins need a head coach, the Browns need a head coach, the Bills need a head coach, the Raiders need a head coach, the Cardinals need a head coach, and who is else out there that needs a head coach? I have not heard anything coming out of Arizona for a head coach. Nothing. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of teams are interviewing him. Brian Flores is getting a lot of Brian Flores. Brian Flores is getting a lot of attention. Who do we got? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Broncos country. Yeah. Drip, I'm going to drop you for a minute, brother. Go ahead, Broncos country. Now this is what I. Hey, hey, Hunter. Hunter. I have a legitimate question for you. What at Broncos country? How old are you, brother? How old? I need to know your age. Broncos. Hey, Broncos country. I need your age, Bubba. How old are you? I can't have anybody under 18. So we got Cardinals, Titans, Browns, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Steelers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who are we missing? Ravens, that's the other one, Ravens. Yeah, I've got Cardinals, Titans, Browns, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Steelers, Ravens. Those are all of our head coaching vacancies. It, top 8? Hold on. How about Brian Dayball? Is he a top candidate? All right. Okay. Yeah, I had said that was a horrible move of doing that with Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is one of my favorite head coaches in the NFL. And just think, if he makes it to the Super Bowl, he will and wins, right? Let's say if he makes it a win, he would have won a Super Bowl with a team he played for, and now a team he coaches on that is the same team. I think that'll be the first time in NFL history. Yes, yes. That's what I mean. Winning a Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, and now say they win it this year as a head coach, he'll have won one, and I think that'll be the first time in NFL history that happens. And so, I know Vance Joseph is out there in the talk still for a head coaching job. Yeah. Thank you, Butter. It was a really good game. Raheem Morris. Exactly, Raheem Morris. That's what I've been saying all this time. Because if the deal is if somebody hires Vance Joseph, number one, we get 2 third-round compensatory picks. On top of that, we could get Raheem Morris, who's a very good defensive-minded coach as a defensive coordinator. So, and also coached under Tony Dungy, coached under I do believe what's his name, Chucky Gruden. So, something like that. I know, and they need a defensive coordinator so bad. They need a defensive coordinator. I don't know who he's waiting on. I honestly do not know who Jerry Jones is waiting on to be the next defensive coordinator for Dallas. I don't know. That, you know what? That would not shock me at all. Joseph is not leaving from one defensive coordinator to go to another place to be a defensive coordinator. No, he's saying he's sitting out as a head coach for a year. He didn't say anything about a coordinator. So, but again, in order to do that, you're going to have to trade for him. You're going to have to trade for him because the Steelers still own his rights for one more year. Oh, I doubt he'll go to Dallas. I don't know who's out there that he's waiting for. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, that does make a lot of sense. I mean, that could happen. Um, the other's the Browns. No, I would say the Browns. I'd be okay being head coach for the Raiders. No, I don't. You all want to know why the Cardinals have not hired a head coach? You all want to know why the Cardinals? Exactly. I would rather be over there with Baby Davis and Tom Brady than Jimmy Haslam. But what I'm hearing is the reason why the Cardinals have not hired a head coach is they want Vance Joseph. That's what I've heard. And that is all I've heard about the Arizona Cardinals in their head coaching position is that they want Vance Joseph. So they're going to be bringing in another defensive-minded head coach. I still wouldn't mind Arthur Smith. Or I'm not. I don't know. But guys, I'm gonna have to end it here because I have to get ready for a doctor's appointment. Um, I get to go today to see if I get to take my neck brace off, which has been bothering me for 6 weeks now. So it has been great hanging out with all of you guys. If you're not a follower and you like my account, please hit that follow button. That's all I ask. I love you too, mamas. I hope y'all have a great day. I really do. I hope you all have a great Monday night watching the national championship game, and be safe, have fun, and know that if it wasn't for you guys, this channel wouldn't be going anywhere, and that I love you guys. My family loves you guys, and I will catch you on here tomorrow. Peace.